you have to give oral. You have to figure out how to give oral first place. And
Yeah.
there are videos on Pornhub about teaching guys how to give oral.
Yeah, and she can give you guidance, but I would like to say, also, if you have a one-night stand, you meet somebody on the first, and it's not very nice down there for either of the people.
Yeah, why are you?
Maybe.
Why aren't you prepared though? You're fucking on the first date and you're not prepared.
Yeah, but what if you just met and you just?
I don't know. If you're going out and you want, then you don't.
I'm with you there. I think you should be prepared.
Yeah.
Because
you should definitely be prepared.
You should always be prepared for any situation. You just never know.
You never know.
But I think if you get yourself all, sorted out, trimmed up, looking nice,
smell nice,
please make sure it's clean. You're fine.
Yeah.
But actually, on the subject of this, the lady who does my waxing, done on my laser, she's always telling me how disgusting people are. Like, I would never go to a laser or waxing or any kind of intimate appointment.
Well, you shower before.
Thank you. I mean, I never go anywhere without showering, but that's
a
different story. But I would never go. But she's like, the amount of people who come, either like after having gone to the gym or sweaty,
stop it,
or she's had multiple people because you've been doing this for years. Like she knows they've just had sex.
Oh my God!
And they go and they just don't, and they think this is fine. Or like, I mean, people are disgusting. Is the point of my conversation. So really, if you're that disgusting, well, somebody might gag.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry about that, but that is the truth.
Yikes. Well, the last thing I want to say about this article, I mean, so they were talking about the kind of more kinky apps.
Yes.
Right? So like if you are into like more adventurous sex and less vanilla, or you want to kind of get out of a vanilla funk,
vanilla funk.
Maybe you're in a vanilla funk and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get out of it. I've never been with a partner who doesn't want vanilla sex. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a guy who's like, I've only been with vanilla women. And like, how do I find a girl who wants some kinky stuff? Like, Field is a great app. I haven't really had luck on it. But I think it just depends on what you're looking for. Because the fact of like, there are apps these days, and it's not just Field. But there's a lot of apps that you can kind of put in what actual kinks you like and like what you're actually into.
Yeah.
And I think they're obviously you're getting way more popular because of that, because people are getting more kinky and they're way more open to talking about it.
But I think they always were kinky. I don't actually think it suddenly happened, like
you don't
COVID
think there's like a heightened sense of kinkiness because of porn and all these movies coming out?
I think it's a bit like what you said before, is that has allowed it to come to the fore.
Right.
But of course it's already there.
Right.
Because I think even what you said before, like men who sometimes have been a little like, overwhelmed, shall we say, with you. And that's also a thing, like a woman who's very sure of her sexuality freaks a lot of men out.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of men are very vanilla. Like they're like, don't go anywhere near the back door, or don't go do anything slightly remotely weird. They also get weirded out. So I don't think it's actually just women. It's unfair to say that women are vanilla. Well, they're having sex with the man who's vanilla.
Yeah.
So they're both vanilla.
Yeah.
And I think that it goes back to what I was saying before. I think it's just very difficult for people to find either somebody of the same level of whatever it is you're into, or somebody who will kind of bring it out in you or make you want to be a bit more adventurous.
Yeah.
That's hard because you have to be vulnerable and you have to fully trust the person.
Yeah.
And that, as we know, is very hard to find. But so I think all these apps, I mean, they're only there because there's a market for it. People didn't suddenly become kinky overnight. People have had all levels of kinkiness. They just suppress it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, even the kinky thing, well, what are we talking about? There are many levels of, being a bit adventurous and being, like we said, in subdom latex situations or
gaggers,
whatever it is.
Whips, flogs.
Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah, I mean, nipple clamps.
Can you end the episode by telling everyone about the dildo story and hysterical women?
Oh yeah. So well, I should actually.
It's the origin story of the dildo.
Yeah. So hang on, let me Google it.
You told it so well to me though.
I know. I'm trying to get the dates right.
That's so funny.
So the original dildo, was invented in the UK. presented in England in the 19th century. And there was this doctor who dealt with women. There's a famous film made about it, which can I remember for the life of me what it's called now. And it's not a porn film, everyone. And he was actually and this word you say women are hysterical or hysteria is that they would go and see this doctor to kind of get less hysterical. But it turns out all he was doing was, finger diddling them, like giving them an orgasm. And then he's the guy, I think it's him or something connected to him, who invented the dildo and the vibrator. That, and it goes back to this thing, this idea of women being hysterical, that they need to release the hysteria, and that if they had an orgasm, they'd be much calmer.
Yeah. So this guy created the dildo to literally
release the hysteria
of women. And women, this is what I'm saying. It's like, stop having such vanilla sex. If you can't come with just a dick in you, it's time to get diddled.
Thanks so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast and follow us on social at Sharing My Truth Pod, and leave us a voicemail on our website at sharingmytruth.com to share your stories and experiences with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.